Hello everybody, welcome to Shazzy's channel, and today's topic is the famous English literature story of Othello. And I read this when I was in my grade 11 in my English language class, and it really touched a very deep down emotional chord in my heart. Um, because in those days I was applying to go to abroad, and basically when I heard the story what happened to this fellow, we fall in love, and then it's a very sad tragedy. Well, for those of you who don't know who Othello is, he's a character living in a Western world in those old days during, I believe it's the Ottoman Empire, and there's a few wars happening between the Turkish and the Western forces, and basically he's on the other side, and he's a military general, and basically he's under the command of another general, higher ranking of a general, whose daughter is called Desmodina, and fortunately for him, he falls in love with her, and apparently, I'll just go over as I will best do my best to explain the story to the audience. First of all, I just want to say a personal note. When I was in that foreign country, in America, I bought a car, a Volkswagen Golf. And what happened was when I was driving down to my family's home on the Interstate I-90, the, I lost petrol. I believe I barely remember. I lost. I think it was a flat tire, or I ran out of gas. So I went to the nearest interchange on the highway, and I couldn't drive the car anymore. And apparently there were four African men approaching me, and I was really, this was my first experience. I had never seen a black man in my life, and because I was coming as an overseas foreign student. Then all of a sudden, these four men approached me, and they were the most hospitable men in the world. I will never forget this because I was so feeling insecure and I was feeling so afraid because I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's nowhere to, shout out or anything, and you're out of your petrol gas and you're, very afraid. And they were just approached me and told me, yeah, if you go walk down 2 roads down or something like that, there's a retired car mechanic. He doesn't advertise. He has a bar or something, and it's the only shop. It was amazing. They were like in the middle of nowhere. There's a car mechanic, and he has a bar. So I just walked over and I explained the situation, and he had a tow truck, and I was saved for the day. And I tagged those four gentlemen, and ever since then I've been watching NBA. So, as you know, four boys could have been obnoxious, but they weren't. To begin with, back to the storyline. Othello, or to further find out about this, his hardships for living in the West, you can obviously go and read the biography, uh, but for the audience's ease of access, as I've explained, Othello was living in a place of historical timeline, a city called Venice. He is of Moorish descent, which is African or sub African. He falls in love with a girl called Desdemona, a military general's daughter, who's obviously white. He gets in fight with the father of the daughter in the military, with father's subordinate officers. One of them is Cassio, who is promoted because the father and Othello do not get along, and therefore the father promotes who's a higher ranking general, one of the subordinate officers, Cassio, in place of Othello, who is a better soldier over Othello in the army. Somehow, after a relationship between Othello and Desdemona, she commits adultery, and then, upon Othello finding out, as a military background, he murders her and consequently commits suicide himself. There is a political angle between Cassio, Othello, and Desdemona herself after later revelations upon investigation that Cassio and Desdemona, and there were some other characters which I can't remember, were in a plot to get Othello because they couldn't do anything else to him. He was a strong character as a military person. Therefore, Othello is a tragedy, and it struck my mind for all those of us living in the West, alone, in Western culture, with mixed race surrounding, not one race community. In other words, that they're not living with their own family members, they're living by themselves with different cultural backgrounds. In my opinion, how Othello could have improved his situation, that's my opinion. He could have cross-dressed to get his point across, or he could have hired someone to cross-dress to investigate what is going on with him and his wife, or his girlfriend. And then he could have further spied on the culprit by putting makeup or professional makeup on, etc. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. This is a very, very crucial story of reality, and I just want to touch base on that. And I hope you enjoyed today's topic, and keep watching my channel, and happy trails until we meet again. And for our Arabic viewers, والله شنو هذا كله هني من تجربة من وست كله شباب من أول درجة مسكين وحرامي وأول حرامي ما في يعني honest استغفر